Hi, good morning. Some of you may have seen the AliExpress Blythe I bought a little while ago, the one that's going to be turned into a mermaid, of which I've done absolutely nothing yet, and I've got to have it done. I think it's for the 2nd of June. It's a collaboration that a lot of people are doing. I can't wait because I love the mermaid theme, but life's just been getting in the way, but I will get it done. I promise I will get it done. And here's the little girl. Now, if you've collected these and Blythes, you know that their sort of head tilts slightly down. They always look like they're looking down a bit. And when you're trying to photograph them, that can be a little bit annoying. You sort of want to tip the heads back, but there is no movement at all. Now, there are a lot of people out there now creating neck joints for them. So you have to take the doll apart, attach the joint, and it does give them the movement, which is really, really good. Now, I have done it with my fairy that I did with the collaboration, but I did it after the fact. So I didn't really do a video. I should have really done the video while I did it. But I've got some more neck joints now. Now, if you're here in the UK, this is where I got them from. It is from Beth Ramsden. These are the little joints here. Now, she does have a video tutorial on how to do it as well, so always check that out before you get started. Make sure you've got the right tools and things like that. But there's everything you need basically in there to actually attach this neck joint to make it move about. So that is what we are going to do. So when I go top down, I'm taking her apart and I'm going to, hopefully, I did the other one okay. The only thing is I couldn't find the right tools to start with for that one. So hopefully this one's going to be a bit better. So we're going to add a neck joint. I have actually got two here. They are very, very reasonably priced. I will pop Beth's details below so you can pop on her site and have a look if you're wanting to order some bits. The other thing I also got off her, if I can pick it up, is this gorgeous dress stand. I think these are lovely. It's so nice because you can either hang them up or you can stand them up, either way. So we'll have a proper look at that as well. Now, if you're in the US, I know Marna from Dolls Rescued, they do them as well. So I'll try and find Marna's link as well and put that there. But obviously, I'm in the UK. Beth is somebody who is part of our collaborations and things like that. So I knew I could trust her. I knew it was going to be a good product. So that is why I went with her. And like I said, my fairy is great. Really pleased with it. But we need to get our mermaid done because I want to do it before I do the face up, which has to be my next stage, really, a hair and a makeup. Then I will make her outfit. So we're going to go top down. You may have done one of these before. If you haven't, I hope it helps. But to be honest, I still go on Beth's tutorial to double check because, you know, I'm going in sort of as a beginner here doing this. So we're going to go top down now and let's see if I can get this neck joint sorted. I will see you in a second. So here we go, head removal time. So I have my AliExpress Blythe here. As you can see, she's got lots of plaits in at the moment because she's going to be my mermaid. Now, I've done the plaits, so hopefully she's going to have lots of wavy hair when I take them out. But I sort of quite like them as plaits. I can't make up my mind. We'll give you a warning, though. If you do this, you see these little elastics? I plaited it all, put these elastics in, and then I dunked her hair in boiling water. To try and sort of set the plaits, which you do have to be careful with that. Some hair doesn't do it, but this one was okay. But the problem being is my elastics sort of disintegrated. So be aware of what you do with that. So then I lost some of the shapes and then I was having to add the elastics, etc. So be careful with that. That was very annoying when that happened. So here she is. She's actually in a vintage Cindy dress. It's one that my mum knitted. I love the pattern for this, but it is from one of the vintage Cindy books. So that's really cool. That's irrelevant though. We're talking about the items I got from Beth Ramsden. I'm going to show you this first before we actually get on with it. Just look at this. This is amazing. It is actually obviously a dress stand, so it looks really cool on the side. I love how it's got this honeycomb effect. But the thing is, you can hang it as well, or if you're wanting to just display an outfit you're really proud of, perhaps, you can actually stand it up as well. So I think that is really cool. This is the Blythe size, as you can see, but she does do a midi as well. I'll pop all the links for her details down below, so don't worry about that. I'll also put in Marna's, who's in the US, because I know she does these neck things as well. So neck things, there must be a better term than that, but you know what I mean. So I just wanted to show you that quickly because I think they're really cool. Now here are the neck joints and here are the tools. So I have the screwdriver to take the back of her head off. I have some cutting tools. I'm hoping they're going to be sharp enough because I think this blade's going and I can't find my others. And then I bought myself this. Now, my son has one of these for Warhammer. I don't know what's happening. I'm sure something is moving things around in my house. It's like, I don't know, somebody just decides to come in and move things. I can't find his drill either. So I bought this one off Amazon. It wasn't much. And to be honest, he didn't have different drill bits. So this has been perfect. And it came next day. So great. So that is for making a little pilot hole, because that one is slightly smaller than the screw. And this is the one to make the hole, which is very slightly larger, you can see, to make the screw hole. Obviously, don't make it too big, otherwise the screw's not going to go in. So that is something we need to be aware of. Now, these are the actual pieces. Oh, and I nearly lost the screw then. I don't know about anything else. So, which I think I have. I think I've just dropped one of the screws. I will find it later. I have this one. So this is the screw. That's why I was saying we've got one sort of screw size and one a little bit smaller. And these are the actual neck joints. So, oh, just look at how cute is that. Beth's artwork is absolutely amazing. Look at that. How nice is that? So I'll pop her details on those, as I say. And it just says, thanks again, Sarah, Beth. So I will be keeping her card because it's really cute. So these are the joints. I'm going to put this one back in its bag so I don't lose it, like I've just dropped the screw. Oh, I have seen the screw. It is under doll. It is under doll. She hasn't got a name yet. I need to find a mermaidy name, but I don't want anything obvious. But I've got a few ideas, but we will see. So this is the actual joint. They are 3D printed, and it does come in 2 pieces. If you check out Beth's website, she'll sort of explain how she's had 2 different ones, and this is the updated one. So I want to try and push this out. I haven't got long nails, but the nails I've got can sometimes be a hindrance when you're doing craft things, but then other times they're actually really handy. I just want to show you how you've got the 2 pieces, because it's easier to sort of work with this to get the holes and things rather than having the whole thing there. So we need to take her head off first. Remember, I'm only a beginner doing this, so you might be watching mine and think, oh, I'll have a go at that, but I do recommend you watch Beth's as well. So I took that under there, which was really not a good idea, because now I can't get it out, because it was annoying me when I was trying to work. So, but I need it out of the way. This is not going to work, is it? I'm going to have to undress you, girl, and I didn't want to. Oh, there we go. No, I've done it. And then we pop her little dress back on. There we are. So there are a few screw holes here. Now, if you took the head off to do eyes, etc., you know what you're doing here. I need to take a head off anyway, because again, I need to do eyes, because I will get this mermaid thing done if it kills me. I've got ideas. I bought all the stuff. I've got her eyelashes. I've got colours. I've got everything there, but I've not actually done much, but I was sort of waiting to get round to do the video for this, which I've got no excuse because I've had the pieces a little while. So this is just a little Phillips screwdriver. This is just one of those cheap ones I got from the pound shop where you can change the heads. In fact, let me move those so I don't lose them as well. I have here. Now, I love these. These are from IKEA. They're coasters. But they're very handy for dropping stuff in. So, last screw. I'm very unceremoniously doing this with a head on the board, aren't I? I suppose I should have put something under it. But as I say, that's why I'm doing it pre-face up rather than when I have done it. I'm not doing a huge amount with this one. I mean, I know it's not my area of expertise. Now that screw, is that a screw slightly smaller? No, they're the same. But she's got quite a nice face, so I don't want to alter it too much. So these plaits are actually going to be handy because they're going to keep her hair out of the way. Now, to get these off, not always easy. Sometimes they will pop at the sides, sometimes not. Again, I'm not exactly that experienced, so bear with me. We will get her head off. This is where the nails are actually going to come in handy, aren't they? Come on, Mrs. Pop the head. Looks like her head top is coming off first, which is fine. No, this is the little notch that's come out, but her actual head is not coming apart. I wonder if I could do that. This is really not the best way to do it, and I'm sure you all find it a lot easier, but her head is not. I've took all the screws out, haven't I? They're all out. All screws are out. But head is well and truly... Oh, actually, I felt something give them. Not in a bad way. It's the little clips that are under here. So usually you can squeeze and pop, and no, she's not going. And I don't want to pull it out because I end up hitting the camera as well. That is the other thing. So I think I'm going to pause and have a look at this a little bit closer rather than through the camera. So bear with me while I do that, and then I'll tell you what I've done afterwards. Bear with me a second. Right, I've done it. Camera's jiggling a bit now. It was literally, you see this little catch? Again, check out Beth. She does it way better than I've just done. It was just a case of sort of unclipping it. So it's like squeezing that so that goes down. But for some reason, I don't know why, but that plastic feels a little harder than it has in the past. So it just didn't want to go. So now basically, this is the area. I mean, I've got to take all this apart because I want to do the eyes, but I'm not doing that yet. I need to get this bit out here. So it just pops out. That bit's easy peasy. And you can see where the neck joint is going to fit. Now, should I put that back in there to do that? I'm not sure. I might leave it out. I think we can work it out what we've got to do. So this bit goes to the front. So we've got to make sure that, because can you see it's how it slopes up? So look, slope up there. So we need that there. And then we need it to fit back into this side. Now Beth did show on her video, if this thing clips together, I'm not going to be able to get it apart again, am I? Oh, actually mine fits quite well. She did mention sometimes you might need to just very slightly shave off a little bit, but it's easy enough to do. I know I had to do that with one of the others. Obviously with these dolls you're going to get very slight variations in them, so that sometimes happens. I know myself when I make things, you know, dolls can be different, wools can be different, things like that. So it's a simple enough job to alter it. But again, Beth does do that on her video. So I'm going to pop her head to one side and we're going to have a look at how to actually fit it. Now we need to take this section here off, including the little stalk bit. Can you see there's like a little bit that sort of that gap in between? We need to take all of that off. So this is another one I'm gonna have a fight with because I'm not that good with tools. It's just something I'm getting better, but it's a bit of practice. So I'm going to try this blade first. We need to cut it very carefully, and again this is going to shake the camera to something terrible. Now I'm probably taking this a lot slower than Beth did because I'm sort of scared of making a bodge and cutting into a neck or something like that. So I'm going very slowly all the way around. If you've got a better cutting tool than me, you'll probably be able to just take it straight off. But I'm a little bit dangerous where knives are concerned, so I always sort of take it a little bit more cautious. Again, remember you are working with knives. We don't want any fingers off, so please be careful. I can feel it's going. You're not going to be able to see anything, but I can feel that it is going through. Oh, don't want to lose that screw. In fact, put it in there. That's what that's for, isn't it? Right, we're going. Like I said, I don't think my blade's very good, but again, the disappearing fairy has somehow taken the blades. It's just me. I put things in safe places and then I never find them again. Right, we're nearly off. I said that's a very slow way of doing it, but I can see I am cutting through. Let's have a little go with this one. This is one of my son's. It's one that he uses for cosplay, and it's actually a really good knife. Yeah, look at that, the difference. Yay! It's a good knife because you can cut on angles, but I have left a little bit there, so let's get that off as well. We need that to be smooth. Can you see what I've just done now? So it's all flat there. Now we need to measure where the hole's going to be. So we put this one on. You bend your legs, missus, and you can see there's a little hole there, isn't it? So we're using the smaller drill to create a pilot hole because we don't want to be splitting anything or damaging anything. So again, something I'm not that familiar with using, so let's see how we go. It is just a manual turn one. Right, I'm actually going to take it out because we can see where it is now. I can see the hole, yeah? It takes a little bit of doing with these manual ones, but at least you're not going to damage anything. I still quite like using them actually. Can you see how you got your little bits coming out of the plastic? So we need to remove them every now and again so they're out of the way. So we'll go again. Now make sure obviously we are going down central. So at the moment I've not gone far, so I'm pretty confident I'm okay. But in a second, oh, got a bit of a squeak there. Let me take that one out. Now, as I say, it's got to be central because if you start drilling and it goes forward or backwards, obviously, number one, the neck joint's not going to fit the same because the screw's got to go through it. And number two, you've just ruined your doll. So let's turn her on her side so I can watch that line to make sure. You can see it's going straight down. The other good reason about this being a hand drill, I need to put a bit more pressure on, I think. I don't think I'm putting enough pressure on. Because I really do need to work a better way to do my camera. Because it's above me, but it's on like a bouncy sort of, I can't think of the word, anyway, holder, for want of a better word. It has to be quite close to me, and it's not very far away from my arm, and I have a tendency to knock it. Right, so I've got a little bit more. Oh, let's have a look. You'll feel when you go through, because there's only the thick plastic up to a certain point, and then it should go through. I know it did with my previous ones. So let's see. We must be nearly there. Put a bit more pressure on there. You can see it's not actually picking any stuff up now, so it must be almost there. Right, I think that's enough for a pilot hole, because that's all it is. You can see the bits coming out now. Oh. So I need to change my drill bits. Put that in there. Like I said, they're great, these. They're dirt cheap. You get 4 in a pack. And I did buy them because I wanted them as coasters, because I'd seen them use them. And I thought, oh, they're really nice. And then I decided they were really, really handy. So I need to make sure, obviously, that's long enough there. So we're going to use our screwdriver. Where's my screw? My big screw. So we've got a Phillips screw again. And Beth does recommend you sort of screw it partially into this, because then you've sort of, it's holding its position and it's easier to sort of do rather than going straight onto the doll. But as me with screws, I have a tendency, every screw I put in, it goes lopsided. And again, because of the angle I'm doing it at, there we go. So you can see it's just coming through. So I'm going to push it in a little way, because I have a pilot hole already made in the actual doll head. It shouldn't be too bad. I'm just making sure that's straight, because I say I'm known for putting screws in wonky, and that's not good. And because we've got a little pilot hole, which, what am I doing? I've got to make the hole bigger first. Oh, am I like, right, so the pilot hole was so we could use the bigger drill, wasn't it? Again, making sure we're nice and central. We need a bit more out there. I mean, you probably could have done it from the pilot hole, but I think you would have found it a lot harder to screw it in. And if your hands are anything like mine, it doesn't always work like that. In fact, to be honest, it's actually doing it really well. It's not taking much out now, is it? Let's reverse it. Oh, am I turning it the wrong way? No, I'm not. Oh, look, it has taken some out, so that's good. We'll do another bit. We'll go in again. Like I say, you watch Beth's videos and you'll think, oh, it's so neat and tidy and she's done it so well. And I'm all over the place. But I sort of wanted to show you that, because I want to show you that you can do it, even if it's not something you've done before. You know, I can do sort of obviously the crochet and sort of the fancy bits and faff about. I don't really do much technical stuff, which I would sort of class this more as. So I'm going to say that is enough. So hopefully I have done enough. You see it actually, what do you see how that worked then? I could sort of screw it in from there. Now I'm going to screw this in, so into our doll, and I hope I have kept my head straight. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the film, and I want to pull this towards my body to do, because I don't have a lot of hand strength, so I have to really sort of push it in. And I say I'm going to knock the camera flying. I know I am, so bear with me. Basically, I'm going to be screwing this all the way in, and we need to make sure this screw isn't going to be sticking out, so it's completely flat. So I'm just going to pull this away for a second, and I'll be back with you when it's actually put in. Right, now that's as far in as I can screw it. And as you can see, I've not damaged the neck. I've not come through the front or through the back or anything like that. So this should be quite central. So I'm really pleased that I did that okay. So now moving back onto this. Now we have to get it the right way up. So this bit goes to the front, the split bit. So it's the front of her head. And it needs to slope up. So we pop it on, it just pushes on. You can already sort of get an idea on sort of the head movement you're going to get from her, just purely from doing that, which I think is, it looks quite weird, doesn't it? Which I think, I'm really pleased with that. That's all I can say, really pleased. So let's have a look, Mrs., with your head. So which lot, front in or back first? I can't remember. I'm going to go for front. So that's front. And come on, let me line it up. Did she hit the camera then? I think she hit the camera. da-da-da, clip. I'm going to have to mess about trying to get her apart now to get her eyes out. So, but at least hopefully it's done it once. It should do it again. Now, Beth does recommend you make sure, put all the screws in, etc. to make sure it's in place before you start moving her head about. I'm not going to, purely because I need to take her head apart, but we can still get an idea. I mean, already you can see we've got a sort of a side slant there. So I'm going to bring her to the front. It's a little bit stiff at the moment, and obviously I don't move it too much because of that. But let's get this right. So side, side, forward, back. Yeah. Shouldn't really do it without screws because I can feel it pulling at this. These screws all need to be in really tight. I'm trying to hold her head, but you can see, I can't wait to photograph her like that because it drives me mad when the heads are forward. They can look quite cute with that head forward, but you sort of can't get a good photograph generally. So that's head forward, where it would probably normally, it's a little bit more forward than normal. That would be sort of a central, and that is a back. And we have a side. I always like a side one because it's cute. So we have quite a lot of neck movement. Look at that. Yeah, this is going to be great. It's also going to give me a bit of incentive to get on with her because I've got to get these eye chips out and eyelashes and so much, which I think I'm going to do today, to be honest. I've got quite a bit going on at the moment. So when my head's like that, there's everything to think about all at once. But that is basically it. That is putting in. You can feel it coming apart. That's why I say you should screw it up before you do that. And I will take some photos of her when she's mermaided. I'm not going to take any photos just yet. But I am so pleased. And how easy was it? Like I say, I have a little bit of trouble with sort of the strength in my hands, so that's just my personal issue. It would have been easier if it was not like that. Also, it would have been easier if the camera wasn't there, because obviously going top down, it makes it a bit difficult. But I'm really pleased with it. I will definitely be using this one in another one, and I will probably be buying some more because I have a few Blythe girls up there, AliExpress, and sort of in fact, I haven't actually got a big, I want a big real one. That sounds silly, but you know what I mean. I've got a couple of tiny middies, but the head movement in middies are quite good anyway. It's just the Blythes that are like this. But for the price, it cost me £5 for a neck joint. What a difference it makes. So worth it. As I say, I'll pop Beth's links in, and I know Marna in the US does them, so I'll pop hers in. If you're over sort of that side of the world, it makes it easier if you're local, doesn't it? So thank you so much for watching. I hope it's helped somebody. I hope it sort of encourages you to have a go yourself, because I say it's not something I've really done. I've done it once before. Because I wanted a little bit of a practice before I did it on the video. But yeah, generally it's pretty easy and worth doing. I know I mentioned Beth's got these on the site, but wait till you go on there. She's got other rather gorgeous things as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy my videos, don't forget to please like, subscribe and share. It means the world to us YouTubers when you do. And I hope to see you very soon. Got a doll unboxing. I have a smart doll hat to make. A few things running through my mind. So we'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.